Well, let's go to your colleague Hannah now, who actually still also works for the London Clean Air Initiative and particularly works with schools. So, Hannah, if you're with us, maybe we can start with you. Can you tell us, first of all, a bit? Well, welcome, Hannah. Yeah, nice smile, which is a great way to start. Um, First of all, tell us about your work and yourself and, what you do with schools very briefly, and then I'll ask you a couple more detailed questions.
Sure. Okay. First of all, hello everyone. Good evening. I'm Hannah, one of the schools and community project managers at London Clean Air Initiative. And thank you, Francis, again for inviting us to this forum. It's really great to know that these forums exist and so many people have signed up tonight, and we're all having this talk and learning from one another. So the main aim of the work that I do in schools is to raise awareness of air pollution and turn that awareness into action. So that involves helping children firstly understand what air pollution is, so step by step breaking that down, helping them feel empowered to make changes, to help, and to share these important messages with their families, and then consequently improve the air quality around their school and local area. So my colleague and I, we've recently done a big project in Newham, working in 18 primary schools, and we've been delivering what we call an air pollution action day in all those schools. So these are full day events that combine an educational part of the day and a practical greening part of the day. And so in the morning, we begin with an assembly. So that's for the whole school. And we talk about air pollution. We have a presentation up so that all the children can see, we can learn about what air pollution is, the sources, where does it come from, the different impacts it has, and what we can do to help. And we actually do an experiment also in the assembly, which my favorite part. So we get an air quality sensor and we have a doll's house and we pollute the doll's house in different ways. And the air quality sensor shoots up. So then the children can actually understand what the air quality index is, what those numbers mean. And even if it's invisible, the air quality and air pollution, it does exist and it can be a big problem. So that's the assembly that we do. And then I follow on and yes, sorry.
Yeah, so can I just stop you there because you talked about assemblies, and I was going to ask you about that anyhow. And in the
Sure.
short time we've got, I wanted to ask you about your project with your air pollution sensors. We are actually providing air monitors for schools, and you have an air pollution sensor project, don't you? Is there any way that the two are similar and they might be able to work together?
Well, what we really think is great about schools that already have the sensors in place. So some schools do, some schools don't. And in the past, we've helped schools have these sensors and get the data. And where schools already have air quality sensors, like the schools that you're mentioning, we can embed that data directly into our existing educational sessions. So we have workshops with classes, and that way it makes the learning much more relevant and practical. So we'd be very happy to incorporate that into our air pollution action days, into our workshops. And then that would actually help pupils and staff understand what the data is according to your particular school, what it's showing, and what it shows, what does it mean, link it to actually the real life, what's going on, and identify realistic actions and create action plans together and step by step work on those solutions. So we're all about, instead of the pollution, working on the solution. We're all about inspiring that positive action step by step together.
We are developing with schools, we're helping with schools with the University College London develop their own climate action plans. And if you
Amazing.
were to come along to an online meeting of that and tell them about how you could help them, is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yes, I think with Georgina would be the person to ask about that. But we're really interested to widen our reach and to work with Enfield. We've worked with many different councils, with Newham, with Camden, with Islington, Westminster, sorry, and we're beginning to work in Hounslow. So yes, we would be really, really keen to widen our reach and work with Enfield schools for sure.
And finally, I mean, dealing with air pollution is about helping children be in a more favourable environment. It helps with their health, but it also helps with academic achievement, doesn't it? Because air pollution reduces academic achievement.
Yes, definitely. There's more and more research being done about that, and it's very important. Children are particularly vulnerable, first of all, because of their height. So I've been learning about the different ways that this is really, really important, an important subject for children. So because they're shorter, they're right at the level of the exhaust pipe, so that makes them more vulnerable. Their breathing rate is faster, so they actually inhale more air and more pollutants per pound of body weight than us. They've got the developing organs, obviously, their lungs and immune systems are still growing, so they're more susceptible to pollution affecting their organs. And the exposure to these pollutants can stunt their lung growth and trigger asthma.